Dr. Bruckner, no one with half a brain gets involved with gay politics. There's no room for criticism.
What's your criticism?
Why do I hear some LGBT people expressing disdain for the Human Rights Campaign and other big advocacy organizations?
So this is a great question, and it's one that we think a lot about here at Outward, because we often find ourselves constructively criticizing organizations like the HRC, GLAAD, and some of the other larger big gay advocacy organizations.
Constructive criticism. I can't get enough.
Now, it's not that we don't appreciate the work that these organizations do. HRC has been instrumental in advocating for marriage equality across the United States.
It's the Human Rights Campaign. It's the biggest gay civil rights organization in the country.
And GLAAD does a wonderful job of watching out for defamatory, homophobic, transphobic language and expressions in the media. So all these things are good things.
Naturally. So what's your problem?
The problem comes about when it seems like one of these organizations is trying to speak for all of us and not just the subset of people that they do actually represent. Why this happens is due to a number of factors. One of them is the media's fault, our fault.
Take that, liberal media.
The fact that often reporters and journalists will reach out to these organizations for the quote, and so when you are reading those articles, it looks like the HRC is sort of, or GLAAD or whoever is sort of speaking for all gay people. You're going to hear criticism in terms of the sort of demographic makeup of these groups and who it seems like they're trying to represent.
Based on the demographics of the area, we believe that we're looking for a Caucasian male from his mid-20s to late 30s.
A lot of times that can feel very affluent, very white, very male, very cisgendered. And so, people outside of that sort of very privileged category are going to look at, the boards of directors and just the sort of images that these groups are putting out and find fault.
They have to blame someone.
Yeah, me.
Now, there are specific backstories behind some of this disdain that we can break down. A lot of it is going to be coming from sort of a radical queer left that is going to see a lot of the goals of the HRC and other organizations as conservative, maybe.
HRC is an organization that does not have openness. It does not involve the grassroots. That is about a very corporate idea of what equality is.
You may also hear from libertarians and contrarians who see a lot of the sort of policing of culture that groups like GLAAD partake in as being like illiberal and sort of against pluralism and free speech and that kind of thing.
Welcome to gay politics.
We don't have to agree on all of these goals. The gay community is large enough that lots of different projects and aims can be pursued at the same time, and dissent and criticism is healthy. And in a lot of ways, that's what being part of, a good citizen of the LGBT community is all about.